નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી.
This is second part 2, Standard 6 Science, Chapter 1, Food, Where Does It Come From? In first part, we discussed about the food varieties eaten by the peoples in different states, and in which we perform an activity. We asked the student and friends that the food items eaten in a day by them. Then after we discussed about the foods and required ingredients. Then in activity second, in activity 2, we discussed this table in which food item and required ingredients. Then after we discuss food materials and sources. Then after in activity 3, we discussed the food item, required ingredients and its sources. Then after we conclude that plants are the sources of food ingredients like grain, cereals, vegetable and fruits. Animals provide us with milk, meat products and eggs. That what we discussed earlier in part first. Now we will discuss second part. Before starting our discussion, let's look out this plant and its parts. Here you can see this is a flower, there is a fruit, this is a stem, this is a leaf, this is a birds, and here are the roots under the soil. One important thing that what I want to say is, if it is under the soil, the plant under the soil is known as root system, and above the soil that plant is known as shoot system. Now let's start our discussion that plant parts and animal products as food. Plants are one source of our food. Which parts of plant? We eat many leafy vegetables. We eat fruit of some plants, sometimes roots, sometimes stems, and even flowers. Have you ever eaten pumpkin flowers dipped in rice paste and fried? Try it. Some plants have two or more edible parts. Seeds of mustard plants give us oil and the leaves are used as vegetable. Can you think of the different parts of a banana plant that are used as food? Think of more examples where two or more plants of a single plant are used as food. Before discussing this, let me discuss some plant parts and animal products as a food. Say roots. Then roots are carrot, radish, sweet potato and beet. All are roots of plants. Stems. Potato, onion, ginger, garlic and turmeric. All are stem. Remember, potato, onion, ginger, garlic and turmeric are stems of plant. Leaves. Spinach and cabbage are leaves of plants. Flowers. Cauliflower, banana and rose are flowers, which are edible flowers. Fruits. Mango, apple, guava, orange, peach, banana, many fruits are there that you know very well. Now seeds. Then rice, wheat, maize, millet, gram, peas and pulses. Mustard, all are seeds, but mustard, groundnut and soybean are oil seeds. Once again, mustard, groundnut and soybean are oil seeds. And animal. Milk, ghee, butter, cheese, curd, chicken, eggs, mutton, and fish, also including honey. So these are the products, animal products. Now let's discuss further. Here in table 1.4, plants parts as food. Suppose brinjal curry. The required ingredients are brinjal, chili as spice, oil from groundnut, and mustard, soybean, any other plant. Now, suppose brinjal is there, then it is a fruit of a plant. Chili also is a fruit, but suppose oil, which is from mustard, soybean, groundnut, all are seeds of plants. Suppose if we prepare idli, then here you will write idli in the second one. The ingredients are say rice and urad dal. Then rice and urad dal both are seeds. Urad dal means black gram, and that is a seed. Suppose third one, let's prepare kheer. Then it requires rice, sugar and milk. Then rice is a seed. Sugar we obtain from sugar cane, from the stem of the sugar cane, and milk from animal, isn't it? Let's go further. Here an important instruction is that do not try to test unknown plants around you to see if they are edible. Some plants could be poisonous, so you should not try to test any plant. Now there is activity 4. From all the food items you have listed in table 1.3, choose those items whose ingredients are obtained from plants. What you will do in table 1.3, we write down many items, but we will choose those ingredients which are obtained from plants only. Which part of plant? That is also we will discuss, and identify the and list the food items and plant parts as shown in table 1.4. Okay, now there is activity 5. Take some dry seeds of moong or chana. Put a small quantity of seeds in a container filled with water and leave this aside for a day. Next day, drain the water completely and leave the seeds in the vessel. Wrap them with a piece of wet cloth and set aside. The following day, do you observe any change in the seeds? Here you can see these are dry moong seeds, and after keeping it in the vessel full of water, and in the second day in the wet cloth you will find this kind of seeds. We will discuss this kind of seed. Let's see. A small white structure may have grown out of the seeds. If so, the seeds have sprouted. If not, wash the seeds in water, drain the water and leave them aside for another day covered with a wet cloth. The next day, see it if the seeds have sprouted. After washing these sprouted seeds, you can eat them. They can also be boiled. Add some spices and get a tasty snack eat. Now let's see sprouted. What does it mean? Then see, this is sprouts. When seeds are kept moist for a day or two, they germinate and small babe plants grow out of them. These germinated seeds are called sprouts. Okay. And sprouted seeds is germinated seeds. Now do you get? Let's go further. Do you know where honey comes from or how it is produced? Have you seen a beehive where so many bees keep buzzing about? Bees collect nectar, that is a sweet juice, from flowers, covered it into honey and store it in their hive. Flowers and their nectar may be available only for a part of the year. So, bees store this nectar for their use all through the year. When we find such a beehive, we collect the food stored by the bees as honey. So there is a process of making honey also is there. By this time, I'm closing part second. In the third part, we will discuss further.
Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves and we'll meet you in the next session. Thank you.